Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you about the pen tool. So let's get this tutorial started. Okay, so if you don't know, the pen tool is a very useful tool you are going to be using in your logo designing and any kind of design you will make in Illustrator. Just like the selection and direct selection tool, this is also a very useful tool you're going to be using again and again and again. Now let's get started. With this pen tool selected, when you start out with the pen tool, you'll see this asterisk symbol right next to it at the bottom corner, right bottom corner. What this basically is telling you that you can put an anchor point here and just start creating paths. By clicking, I create an anchor point, and by dragging, you can see that, sorry, not dragging, more like moving the pen tool, this line is following it. This line is basically saying that if you click me right now, if you click right now using the pen tool, you will create a path from that anchor point from where you started to this place where you are going to click. So here I created a path. See? Now I can create another path and another one and another one, and when I go to the start of the anchor point now, the starting anchor point, you'll see that the right bottom corner of the pen tool, you'll see there is a circle now. It's basically saying that if you click on this anchor point, you will close this whole object. So let me show you. Now this is one object, and see, these two paths are connected to this anchor point, and because I've selected this anchor point, I can move it around anywhere I want. So this is how the pen tool creates paths and anchor points. Now let's go back. Let's say when I created this line, let's say I didn't want to create another line. Okay, so to do that, what I would do is I would press the escape key. That will basically end the connection with the last anchor point. So I won't be able to create more paths that are connected to this anchor point. I can create more anchor points and more paths, but not connected to this anchor point. I'll show you. I'm pressing the escape key, and the line that was following it has now disappeared, but I can create more however I want and how many I want. So let's go back. Now let's say I wanted to continue creating more anchor points connected to this anchor point. Now since I pressed the escape key, no more anchor points are being created that are connecting both of them. No more paths are being created like that. So to start creating a path, all I need to do is click on this anchor point right here where I press the escape key, and now you'll see the line is following the pen tool again, and you can create more anchor points and more paths. Now let's say the path I want to create now, I don't want it to be a straight line. I want it to be a curved line. Okay, so to do that, all I need to do is when I'm creating this path or this line, I just need to click and then just drag it out, and it will automatically create handles that will bend the line in the direction I want it to be bent by going in the opposite direction of where I want it to start bending. You'll understand more by looking at it than what I just said. It sounded confusing even to me. Okay, so I created this curved angle. Now, let's say I want to stop. So I want, not stop, remove that handle that was creating a automatic bend of the line that I was trying to create. See right here, the line I'm trying to create now is automatically bent. The reason for that is when I created this curve and the handle went up from here, it also went down here. Basically, both of the handles stretched out. So by doing that, it automatically is creating a curve on the next line I'm going to create. But I don't want a curve on the next line. I want a simple straight line. So to do that, I will hover over that anchor point that is creating that handle, and when I hover over it, you'll see this pointy arrow type icon appearing next to the pen tool. Now this is basically saying if you click here right now, this will automatically end that handle that is creating that curve on the next line. Here I clicked it, and now the straight line is appearing. See, all these are straight. And this is how the pen tool works. And now let me show you another thing. Let's say you created all of these lines, all right? You created a lot of these lines, but let's say you somehow made a mistake somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna close this, exit out of this. Now, let's say I wanted to not have these extra anchor points. I just wanted to have this anchor point. The rest of these are not useful for me. So what I can do is go to an anchor point and just, when you see this minus symbol right next to the pen tool, it basically means you can just click it out, like end that anchor point right there. See, it will automatically connect to the next anchor point, and I can just click that one out and click this one out and click this one out. But another thing you can do is, if you use the selection tool, the direct selection tool, after you select an anchor point, you can just press the delete key and it will automatically delete that anchor point. It will automatically delete paths as well. See, I click the path and then just press the delete key and it deleted that. Now, another thing I want to teach you about the pen tool is, let's say that you have a few lines like this. Now, let's say with the direct selection tool, you have selected this point, this anchor point right here. Now I want this line and this line, these two paths, to not be connected to this anchor point. They will have an ending anchor point, but they will be separate anchor points. To do that, when you have selected one anchor point that is connecting two paths, go to this right here and it will say cut path at selection anchor points. Just click this, and now I will select this path, and when I select this anchor point and drag it, you will see it is now separated, but before it was one before it was one anchor point that was connecting two paths. but you can separate them by doing that. And also, let's say you have a pointed, a corner anchor point. You can either make sure it's a corner anchor point or curved or a bent type anchor point by clicking here. See, two handles will automatically appear, and you can just reshape, resize the curves and other things how you want. Just play around with this. Trust me, experience is the best teacher. So let's say I want it to be a corner again. Right next to this, I just need to click this icon here, and it will automatically make it a curve. Oh, sorry, a corner again. So this was the pen tool, guys. I really hope you liked this tutorial. Like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Remember to click the bell icon. Remember, I am accepting challenges every Wednesday. I will also make a video about how to enter in those challenges. Till then, I'm signing off. Peace.